Papa Son, what are we gonna learn today?
Oh, I don't know. How about everything in the whole wide world?
I wanna know everything in the whole wide world. It's good to read everything in the whole wide world. And if you know everything in the whole wide world, then you can do anything in the whole wide world. Here comes a list of all the things in the whole wide world. Rocks, trees, buses, leaves, dirt, sand, seaweed, beans, cows, Martians, lightning, bees, bread, light, journalism, tea, beds, diamonds, shoes, pickles, cactus, other down, onions. That was everything in the whole wide world, except for buckets, planes, paper, hair, shirts, skin, daffodils, telephone, 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 Mercury, Venus, Earth, on Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uri, and Tune, and don't forget Papa Son. They wanna learn everything in the whole wide world and get to know everyone in the whole wide world and get to do anything in the whole wide world. It's fun to know everything in the whole wide world. Like chess.
Do you hear that? That sounds like Tune somewhere close. Well, here he is. Our friends Scott Free and Shoeless Jeff made a song about chess. If you listen close, maybe you will be a chess champion like Tune wants to be.
C-H-E-S-S, C-H-E-S-S, C-H-E-S-S. Do you have what it takes to compete at chess? 32 pieces, 64 squares. Can you play the game? Played everywhere. Takes a bit of skill and a bit of finesse. There is no game quite like the game of chess. 32 pieces, 64 squares. Can you play the game? Played everywhere. Takes a bit of skill and a bit of finesse. There is no game quite like the game of chess. Millions of people love the game and I'm not kidding ya. It originated in the country of India. If you're playing all the time or just beginning to, no two matches are exactly similar. Grab Uncle Vinny, Cousin Tim, or Aunt Olivia. Life is like a chess game, better be familiar.
The front row has 8 pieces, called pawns. One square at a time is how they move along. But when you go to move, just please beware. A pawn's first step can be 1 or 2 squares. Straight up the board with one exception. They attack in a diagonal direction.
Behind the pawns are the stronger pieces on the team. Rooks, bishops, knights, the king and queen. I mean, they all start off in a certain order. The rook, take a look, has his nook in the corner. He usually resembles a fort or a castle. Moves forward, back, left, right, not diagonal.
There are 2 horse-like figures called knights, 2 on each team to be precise. Placed between the bishops and the rooks. With crafty moves, they're dangerous crooks. They jump the board, L-shaped, 3 spaces, hopping over pieces to get to new places.
C-H-E-S-S, C-H-E-S-S, C-H-E-S-S. Do you have what it takes to compete at chess? 32 pieces, 64 squares. Can you play the game? Played everywhere. Takes a bit of skill and a bit of finesse. There is no game quite like the game of chess. 32 pieces, 64 squares. Can you play the game? Played everywhere. Takes a bit of skill and a bit of finesse. There is no game quite like the game of chess. The bishop is the third in line, you see. Slides across the board diagonally. His holiness often wears a pointy hat. He can sweep across the board if he has a clear path. Always on the same colored square he began, which is round the king and queen. That's where the bishop stands.
There's one piece that stands apart from the rest.
Which one?
Arguably, the queen is the best. The most powerful, move hastily. She travels the board so gracefully. In any direction she can strike with speed, protecting her love so tenaciously.
The king is the most important on the board. If you get him into checkmate, victory is scored. Check is when you get him in immediate danger. Checkmate's when he can't escape the danger. The king is very old, moves 1 square turn, but learn to protect him, he's the main concern.
Learning to play chess is great fun for all. These are some basics that you should recall. It's a vast game of depth and strategy. Thinking man's game, who dares to challenge thee? Play it at your house or play it online. Play it in the park, you can play it all the time.
C-H-E-S-S, C-H-E-S-S, C-H-E-S-S. Do you have what it takes to compete at chess? 32 pieces, 64 squares. Can you play the game? Played everywhere. Takes a bit of skill and a bit of finesse. There is no game quite like the game of chess. 32 pieces, 64 squares. Can you play the game? Played everywhere. Takes a bit of skill and a bit of finesse. There is no game quite like the game of chess.